Can you believe it? Cax has been elected President of the United States of America. Playing Mr. President, this is part 1 of Cax's administration, here on Legendary Tactics. You have had your training, and now it's time. This is your presidency, Cax.
Look, I've been eating my Wheaties. I've been talking to the press. I have been begging the first lady to do what she's doing and do it well. You know.
Well, you have a very charming first lady.
Yes, I drew very well with that card. That was great. She's talented. She's beloved. I'll tell you. And I've surrounded myself with great people. I mean, we got Bo, Andy, and Rick doing yeoman's work. Yes. Alan kind of riding my coattails a little bit, but.
Yes, Alan's not the most effective, although he is good diplomatically, which you gotta. That's a good thing.
Well, yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yes, because that's with your VP, you kind of want that from.
We may need to fire him.
Yeah, jeez. You know what? Yeah, that's the one person you cannot fire. You can ask the other ones to quit.
I don't want the other ones to go. They're great.
Yeah, you got
really. You
got good Andy Lewis here.
So I just got shafted with Alan Box for the whole game. What a box head! What happens if when he flips? Does he get?
Yeah, he gets a little bit better.
Not even that much better.
But he loses his extra action. Andy Lewis, look at that. He becomes 2-2-2.
Oh,
he's good
power.
At any job. So good.
Bo 2-1-0
and he gets an extra action.
Yeah, okay.
Bo's not bad.
Not bad. So really, Andy Lewis, we gotta really kind of pump Andy's tires if we can. Okay.
And you've got a couple of Milana and Jalen supporting you in Congress, and Alan and Charles.
on the flip side though, we got some arch enemies. Yeah, yeah.
All right. So the first thing, we look at our cabinet effectiveness track here. Okay. And you see underneath it, you started it forward. Do you see where it says +2 APs?
APs. Yep.
So you give yourself 2 extra APs to start on this track here.
Okay, so we're going to bump up to right here?
No, that's your prestige.
Oh, APs, there it is.
Yep,
okay.
So
also,
you started with 17. Yep.
And we can't forget that I believe we get a bonus with our beloved First Lady. It was
yes, at the start of each turn, +2 public approval.
So that's PA.
Yeah. Okay, and you can choose an improvement of media relations or party relations. So you can improve things with the media or with your party.
Oh, what do you think, Nato? I'm kind of torn here because
I think
love getting the media nice and high.
You can work on your party relations, do some fundraising. It's pretty easy, but media
is harder.
Positive media is
let's bump it up
valuable.
then, eh?
Yeah, that's very valuable.
Let's go. Let's go for it.
I find media is one of those things you really, really want to.
Plus, it's only a matter of time before we put our foot in our mouth.
Yeah.
So let's do it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, are we ahead in cyber and strategic recon? So over on these here, no, we're actually behind in cyber. And we're ahead in this. So we get one national focus this here. I'll just drop and pick a region. Now this is going to help out with intel. So helping out with terrorist groups. You can see Africa's got a fair number. Middle East has a fair number.
The Middle East is rife. It's got 4. It's got 4 groups.
Yep. They're but Central America is in Central South Asia as well as Asia Pacific. There's a lot of them. So where do you want to put your focus?
If we let the Middle East get right out of hand, is that bad? Can we just let one region just go for the crapper?
Yeah,
because
really.
I mean, they're also at major crisis almost here. We got some global,
and they're trending. They're trending anti-US. They don't like you. There's 2 unstable states. One in civil war. There's a rogue state. There's Iran.
Okay, the Middle East is just a hot mess right now.
It is a mess.
I think we need to do something positive in there.
Okay, so if you want to put him, then drop it right in your. So
what do you think, Nato? What do you think? I don't know.
It's
almost like it's too far gone in my mind though. It is just a nightmare.
In the other game I'm playing, I set myself a mission to fix the Middle East. We'll see how that goes.
Okay.
But
anything to report so far in that one?
Oh, yeah. Well, I was doing really well internationally, and then everything kind of
Started falling apart. Okay.
falling apart. Yeah.
We'll see if we can't do one better in this one then.
Yes. All right. So because we just got elected, we don't need to do the State of the Union, so we can skip that, and we go to the State of the Economy impact. But it says actually not on turn 1, so we do improve strategic capabilities.
Okay.
So that is the that is where we basically attempt to roll for 2 different capabilities. Okay.
Oh, well, I hate being behind in cyber warfare.
Now, the Secretary of Defense military rating can help improve your to help improve the roll.
Okay, Secretary of Defense. I've got to go find that one here. Here it is. That's state. Here's defense. So that's Rick.
Yes. So what is his military rating, which is the 3rd?
Oh, he's a 1
rating.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a 1. Sorry, I'll zoom over here on him.
A 1 to the roll.
Yeah, he's got 1 on the roll. So that's good. So now we need to pick 2 capabilities. We get 2 opportunities to improve something.
Well, 100%. It's cyber warfare. It is my.
Okay.
It is. If I was, I wanted to make it one of my main key priorities. So we got.
Okay. So grab a 10-sided die.
Where are those at?
They are.
Usually they just appear on the screen for me. Almost like tabletop just sends them in.
Yes, I will create them.
I see the mouse hand clicking around there. You're doing something.
Yeah.
You're doing something sinister there.
There's
Potato.
a bunch of dice for you. It's raining dice. We'll need some 6-sided.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
And I like to get a few of the metal ones. I use these actually for tracking, like when Russia acts and stuff. So
quick question. Do we
cool.
need to set cabinet's focus and POTUS's focus?
We will right after this. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good.
Okay, perfect. So you have plenty of dice to choose from.
Yeah, right. All the dice the president could want.
Yeah. Well, you're the president.
I might even roll this one right off the table. Who knows? All right, so I'm rolling here.
See. So it's a 1 to 5 with a -1 to your roll because of Rick. You missed.
That was one I really wanted.
So you have 2 attempts, and I will just double check, but I think you can.
Can't be the same one twice, can it? We're also behind in space warfare, actually. So that might be.
Yeah.
That might be one. Maybe we should do space warfare. So.
Yeah, they need to be 2 different capabilities. So
let's go with space warfare here because we're behind in that one.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. That hit.
Boost space warfare.
All right.
That's
excellent.
Star Wars program.
Yes. Well, we are right around May the 4th.
Yeah.
May the 4th be with you, NATO.
Yes, that's true. Okay, so now set your cabinet focus over here.
Oh, here it is. Okay.
What are we going to focus on? So we can improve relations with Congress. That's always good. The economy is in pretty good shape, but if you want to boost that a little bit, Homeland Security is also pretty important. Public press relations,
that was one of mine.
That gives you public approval and or improvement to your media relations. Fixing the domestic crisis, which is part of your campaign promise.
Oh, yeah.
And cabinet effectiveness, where you make your cabinet more effective at their job. So you got to order these.
You can't have and the economy was my number 1. Oh, no. Sorry, tax reform was. Okay.
Yes. So
we're going to leave economy to go
relations with Congress and press and Homeland Security are your top 3.
What do you think? What do you think? Now, NATO, please. Feel free to adjust as you feel like fit here.
No, I think I like... economy is already pretty good, so I think that
we can let it slide a little.
Yeah, we can let it slide. You know what? I would probably maybe put Homeland Security a little bit less because
a little less. Okay. Well, there's a 1 to 2 we could do.
Here's the benefit
cabinet.
if you pass. So the benefit is you decrease 1 terror group in U.S. by 1 level. We don't have any terror groups there, so if none. +1 to Homeland Security, and -2 to public approval, which is, it's fine. But I think that I would rather maybe have a more effective cabinet, or
let's do it.
I think that's maybe what I would improve on that. On that front.
Love it. Let's go that route then.
All right. So now we start out and we get 1 action. So the POTUS gets 1 action, and
each official or no?
And each official. So they can now they can, and plus, because they have a +1 action, some of them, they can actually do an extra action as well.
Right. Okay. So we're going to be doing, we're sort of getting our first turn in here, more or less then.
Yes. So let's see here. I'm going to update the turn marker thing here. So POTUS, cabinet focus. Forgot to do this before. 1 action for POTUS and each cabinet member.
Okay.
So what is the president? You as president, your first presidential action.
You know what? Maybe, well, what do you think? I'm thinking something like a trip to the Middle East.
Yep. I like, the trips are they can be really good because they can improve, they can improve the attitude of the region to your, to the US, which is good. So what I would say,
do you think it's worthwhile, or do you think, should we focus on something? Should we try and get rid of that domestic issue?
Here's what you need to look at though. Okay. So here's a consideration. You can do a presidential trip. And if you do that, it will actually reverse this trending anti-US sentiment, okay, which is great. Okay. And you can potentially get some public approval from it as well. Here's the thing. You need to pass a presidential prestige check, which means you need to roll 6 or less on a 10-sided die in order to make this trip a success.
Oh.
If you roll a 10, then they will actually become more, they will dislike
things get
you
worse.
More.
They actually got irritated with me trying to save them from their mess.
Yes, but if it passes, it can be great because you can get some public approval. You can even get some UN goodwill, which is actually very handy as well.
Okay.
So
well, what do you think?
What you want to do? Presidential
think?
Trip is good. Another option is inviting Gulf State. Gulf States is only close to us, as is India. So you want generally your allies to be very close because that gives you more joint actions when they act. Now, it's not a tremendous priority because they don't act for quite a while. But
what I'm kind of worried about, to be honest, is A, the terrorist groups. These are getting out of hand, and B, the crisis levels here so globally.
Yes.
Like Africa, Africa's in danger zone, and Middle East is in danger zone. So if there's a way I can actually reduce those, that's what I'd be gunning for.
Yes. So that can absolutely be addressed, but that'll be addressed by your Secretary of State and or the Secretary of Defense.
All right, so the president doesn't have to worry about that. That's
so the president,
small fry.
The president can focus on domestic stuff. So again, improving cabinet effectiveness. You don't have a bill in Congress to worry about. So improving media relations.
We could actually work on the media too. Why don't we?
You can do a speech at the UN, and that can improve the. So the odds of a speech doing well are much higher, but it only removes only improves the attitude of the
current
region.
country.
If you do the trip, you can possibly, the odds aren't as good, but you can possibly come away with some public approval as well.
Okay, so you get a bit more potential bonus out of it.
So I would say, or you can invite either Gulf states or India to visit the White House.
Oh, okay.
And that one can potentially make them close, which means that when they act, you will get 2 actions instead of 1 joint action, which is very valuable, actually.
Okay.
So there's a few choices for you there, but that's what I would pick between one of those 3. I think that's
Why don't we go to the Middle East? Let's go
Okay,
visit.
so you're
Let's
gonna
go
go
gamble. Let's go be a
presidential
riverboat
trip.
gambler. Yeah.
All right. So you need to take a 10-sided die, and
Yep.
you need to roll it. Bring your die over here so we can see what happens.
Oh, and I got a 10.
Oh, I did. Where are you? Over here.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you roll 10, then place an trending anti-US, which means since there's already one here, they like you even less.
Oh boy. And the
You
trip
put
was
your
an
foot
utter
in your
failure.
mouth. It was an utter failure. Yes. The
Okay.
press is going to scream about that one.
Okay.
That's your first presidential trip.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was already yeah.
All right.
was,
Well, let's see what okay, so the vice president now. So
has
you're
to come in and maybe save. Oh no, the vice president. No, I don't know if they're
Yes.
saving any day
Now,
here.
your vice president is very flexible, actually, because, and actually, technically, we could have done other. We didn't have to do a presidential action per se, but I like doing the presidential actions with the president because, actually, because the POTUS can actually president can do any action in the game basically. So.
Okay.
Just
Nice.
for future reference. But I thought we
Yeah.
may as well do something presidential because we have
Sure.
some very sharp.
I figured a regal trip would be a great idea, but it turned
Yes.
out no. There was a sandstorm.
Yes.
All right.
So your Mr. Alan Box here can do anything, deal with anything domestic or anything diplomatic. So if you wanted to deal with crisis relief, for example, in the Middle East.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get some crisis levels down.
Yes. Okay. So so pick bring over a D10, a 10-sided die
right.
here, and let's see the roll. So here's what you're looking at. Oh, okay. You rolled it anyway. Okay.
A 4.
So 4.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I got too excited.
You reduced the diplomatic rating of your. That's of your Secretary of State. I don't know if that applies because it's your VP doing this one, but anyway, a 4, decrease regional crisis in the region by 1 box. So you
Excellent.
improve things.
Okay, things just simmer down a little.
Perfect. Now, Mr. Allen Box gets an extra action as part of his. He's very ambitious. So
does it have to maintain in the Middle East, or can I go elsewhere?
You can go anywhere. So you can work on improving
Let's go down to Africa.
region's alignment. You can work on bringing down.
How about Africa?
Let's
cool down Africa a bit.
Yep. So same deal.
What do you think?
You need to roll less than 6. And you
How
did.
about a 2?
Great. So that is
does that
pretty
does
good.
that good enough to take it down 2 levels?
Well, you subtract the diplomatic rating of your Secretary of State. I'm just not sure whether you have to have your Secretary of State there. We'll make it a bit easier. So your Secretary of State is Andy Lewis. So we'll just say, for the purpose of this game, I may be playing this wrong, but because I'm not sure, because the vice president's the one actually there. But we'll just say that Andy Lewis kicked in a phone call or something like that. So, so your 2 becomes 1, and you decrease the region by 2 crises. 2 crisis levels, yes.
Excellent.
So that was very good.
All right,
okay.
so Africa has just chilled right down to nothing now.
Yes, now it's Mr. Bo Hamilton. Now, Bo can only do domestic kind of stuff.
Well, that's good because you know what? There is stuff to get done on the home front here.
So you can choose to work on the economy. You can address the domestic crisis or a lingering domestic issue. You can improve relations with Congress. You can improve the relations with your own party by doing some fundraising.
Why don't we do some fundraising?
And the rest of it is kind of dealing with tensions and terror and stuff, which we don't have.
How are things
on
the terror front?
Well, in domestically, we have no worries. There's no one.
Oh, okay.
Nothing.
All right.
Nothing going on there.
So, all right. So, how about we let's? I would suggest either we do the media. Let's get the media up nice and high, or else
the media. That's not within the chief of staff's purview. So you can deal with domestic crisis. You can deal with improving relationship with Congress. Okay.
There is a domestic issue. Is that the same thing?
Yes. So that's the lingering domestic issue, which is your campaign promise. You can only
let's go solve it.
You can only deal with that once domestic crises in the country are at 0.
Well, let's get that down to 0.
Okay, so we're going to work on resolving the domestic crisis. Okay.
Yep.
So you have, and again, this is using POTUS's, you have the domestic crisis attribute. So
I do. So it's
I'm gonna
minus
assume
1.
That is good. And Bo actually is pretty good domestically.
So is it minus 2?
It's minus 2 to the
boy.
roll. And you need to roll 4 or less.
Oh, shoot.
Okay.
An 8.
And the reason why you had to roll 4 or less is because it's about your cabinet effectiveness. That's
so
what you needed
6.
to.
So nothing. It's probably nothing happens, right?
So if you fail trying to address the crisis, then you do lose 1 public approval. If you didn't get it fixed. Okay. Now, Bo doesn't have any extractions.
Did you drop us down in public or no?
I did, yes.
Oh, okay.
So that's Bo's action. Andy Lewis now. Andy Lewis is the Secretary of State, the diplomatic.
Can we continue looking at that domestic crisis or not?
No, because Bo only has 1 action.
But can Andy? Andy jump
is
in?
Focused. Hey, Andy's only one guy. Okay,
I know.
He's got a lot to focus on. So, so Andy's going to be focused on either crisis relief, improving the alignment here of the region. So that's how much they agree. Just to line up with the U.S. in terms of their, how they how they feel about us, basically.
Okay.
You can attempt to remove Chinese or Russian influence. Decrease tensions. Have a summit with China and Russia.
Let's decrease some tensions. Let's decrease tensions.
So now tensions. There's not any tensions right now that I can see.
Well, there's a war going on. There's a civil war in the Middle East. There's also a war in Central. So you can attempt
to broker or offer peace.
Let's do it. Let's try and solve the Middle East.
Do you want to solve the civil war there?
Let's do it.
Okay.
I mean, the president couldn't do much, but maybe Andy Lewis can.
Maybe Andy Lewis can. He is a pretty magical man.
It's going to be a minus 1 to his roll. I know that.
Well, let's see. So we've got
he's got 1s across the board, unless none of those attributes matters. So
the Civil War, brokering the peace here, for Civil War, you can spend 1 action point to reduce by 1, or reduce the roll by 1.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So we'll go down to 7 or 6.
Yes.
Okay.
And no, you're down. You're down to. That's what that plus 10 is about. So you went from 17 to 16.
16. Oh, and then we reset at 9. Yeah. I got you.
So because you spent that, because the regional stability is poor, it's plus 1 to your roll, but you spent an AP, so you canceled out. So this is a straight roll, and you want to roll low if you can.
And does Andy's abilities come into play here or not?
No, not in this case.
And I did not
7.
roll low.
Fighting continues, no further effect. Oh,
jeez. Okay.
So now Andy gets an extraction. So there can be some other stuff.
Now, how can I utilize Andy's attributes? Because he's got 1s across the board. What can I do to get that extra plus 1 or minus 1?
So, de-escalating conflict is one thing.
So where could I do that?
So over here, do you see on these conflict tracks here?
Yep.
So if you wanted to reduce Russia and Ukraine, for example, that's where the modifier comes in. There's very little between China, Japan, U.S., Iran. Those are useless.
They're all fine.
I would say Russia, Ukraine is the only one that's really kind of
all right. Well,
let's up there.
Why don't we? Yeah, is it that pressing for us though? I just feel I don't know.
I guess it's super pressing. But
okay. So that's where 1 modifier could come in. Okay.
Now you can attempt to impose sanctions. That would be where you can also use your. You can also improve a region's alignment
Oh yeah.
and actually crisis relief as well. So
Oh, okay. Well, let's do crisis relief. Yeah.
okay, so crisis relief in Middle East or where?
Sure.
I mean,
Sure. Let's do it.
are there any other areas where it's? Yeah, probably Middle East is probably Middle East or Central South Asia are kind of your two major
Hotbeds.
Yeah,
Let's really try to focus on the Middle East here. Let's do it.
Okay.
So what am I rolling?
So it's a -1 to your roll, and you need to roll at least 6 or less, a modified 6 or less. Okay.
Oh,
perfect.
there we go. Got it.
So you reduce by 1 box.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Okay, good.
Things have cooled right down in the Middle East now.
Yeah, you're getting there.
Yeah.
Okay, now Andy Lewis has gone. Now you have your dude Rick Campbell for 2 military actions. So this is where you can target terror groups. That's very big one for that. You can also improve. You can start researching your strategic capabilities with.
Let's tackle some of these. Let's tackle some of these terror groups here. I think.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So to get the so to get those there, then you check to see if there's an intel advisor in the region, and is there a focused national intel collection counter. So you have both.
Yes.
So it's -2 to the roll, and you need to get 1 to 4 modified.
Ah, jeez.
Now you can do it again if you want to.
Let's do
it. Be
again.
your second action.
There we go. Good. Oh boy,
so
that's a 1.
Actually, for each terror group you roll a die. So the first one failed, so you can put 1 in the gathering group, and that's actually 1 action. So if you want to keep going, you can.
Sure. We'll roll the next one.
So we'll do another intel.
4. Got it.
Yes, you did. So now you can move this guy up to locating, or you can add it to another one to gathering.
Oh, I see. Okay, let's move that one over. And do I get to roll one more time? I get 2?
Because you're using both actions to search for the groups. And you missed that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, there's at least you're tracking these 2 major terror groups there.
Yeah, they're getting close to. I know it's a very difficult process to get those guys off.
Yeah, it's time consuming. And even when you can raid them, they usually go back in a weakened state back to either locating or gathering. So yeah, they're not easy to. But given the fact that each turn is a year, I think it makes sense that you can't just walk in and
wipe them out in a 5-minute turn. Yeah.
Yes. So all right. So let's see. Russia or China. So you have to roll to see who acts.
Okay, I'm going to roll up here. Actually, we'll roll over here. Okay. Do you see where the dice is?
Yes. Okay.
And the roll.
7. So it is China that acts.
Oh, China likes us.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about this at all.
Oh, well, you'll just have to see.
Yeah, exactly.